G'day folks, welcome to another equipment autopsy. We have tonight a analog speedometer. You've seen me take apart a digital dash cluster or with electronic speedometer and tachometer. They're fairly simple. They use like a PWM control and a little electric motor. This is the old-fashioned way of doing it, a magnetic flywheel. The only thing electric is the bulbs. I don't know why it says 12 volt on there, considering it's only the wattage of the bulbs in the holders. Once you take that off, it can go into a 24 volt model. This is out of a like a Land Cruiser 78 or something like that. Not the 75 series Troopy, but something similar. It's nearly 300,000 clicks. Came out of a crash victim car. Probably still works, but you don't really need them. So you spin the flywheel. Spin the flywheel and a little bit of magic happens, and I'll show you how that works. It's all to do with magnetism. Something I learned when I was about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. Getting to take apart my first speedometer and find out how it works. Kind of a cool little bit of kit. This one's a little bit beat up. It's missing one of its mounting ears, but it's going to come off. There we go. That was rubber. It's now plastic. It's gone very hard. So you can go there. If I'm not too destructive with it, I'll probably even put it back together again and get it to work. Not that I really need to. So that'll surround. Needs a good clean. Obviously being out of a work ute or a 4x4. Made by Yazaki Meter Division. 60 kilometers an hour equals 637 RPM. So in theory you could even rescale this to a low speed tachometer. That's kind of interesting to know. Let's remove the core of the unit. Here we go. It's a lot smaller than the old-fashioned ones. Like the first one I tore apart had a magnet flywheel about that big. This one here you can see is quite feeble, but it is still a magnetic flywheel. It'll have a series of poles on it, and those poles impart drag on its steel center. So the faster it spins, the more those magnets try and grab this this inner piece that has the needle on it. So that moves independent of the outer one, and the faster you spin it, the more it tries to grab the needle, just through Gauss magnetic field. Well, Gauss is the measure of magnetic field strength, I should say. But yeah, magnetic Gauss is responsible for applying a little bit of resistance on that inner wheel and dragging the needle around. As you can see, and integrated into it are the odometer counters and the standard trip meter. So yeah, that's trip meter reset. All these little wheels disengage, and the wheels, or the counter wheels on the trip meter, spring back to zero, usually when they work. If they go bad and the springs or something jam, they won't reset because these little wheels can't spring back. That you can't change, or you shouldn't. You can change it manually, but it's generally considered a felony to do it and then sell a car. There's probably no law against doing it to your own car, but if you sell it with a dodgy speedo and don't declare it, you're in trouble. So, oh, sorry, not speedo, odometer. So yeah, don't be tempted to tamper with them. There's no real point these days. yeah, there's not much I can do to really take this apart without destroying it, but you still get the idea. So there's a worm down in here on the input shaft, going to there. So there's a worm drive on that shaft, there's a worm coming off and going down there. So it's like a 3-stage worm drive going down to the odometer down there. That little clock spring in there. Use the return for the speedometer needle. That in there. Yeah, I'm not going to break this up. It's kind of cool. They're probably still worth a bit of money. Yeah. When you press that up, these little spring-loaded wheels will set back to 0. Pretty cool bit of kit. It's seen a bit of hard use, full of dirt and dust, probably from farm use. Again, I think it's a Land Cruiser 78. It's the old tray truck, but it's not actually the old like 75 troop carrier or 70 series. I can't remember the Land Cruiser series. It's one of the troopy style utes, pickups, whatever you want to call it. Typical old farm thing, rusty as hell, beat up. It's got the old split type rims with tubes tyres. Basically go anywhere, you can fix it with anything. Do anything you want on it out in the bush. If you get stuck with whatever, you can fix it. Split rims, you can change or repair your flat tyres in the field without having a bead breaker or anything. Very simple mechanically injected diesel engine, which you can generally get going on pretty much anything. Yeah, just hard to kill. Very few electrics, and they even came, I believe they even came in a 24 volt model, which is why that one has 12 volts marked on it. Not that it's really relevant because it's only these bulbs. There's a 24 volt model out there, I think. So that would be 6, but it wouldn't make sense to have a modern vehicle on 6. It'd either be 12 or 24. So yeah, that's the mechanical speedo out of an old Land Cruiser mini pickup truck, trade truck, made by Yazaki Meter. And as the surround says, it gives you a number of RPM for the 60k mark, so this could be a nice little print could be made and laid over that to rescale it as a tachometer. Not that there's much point, because mechanical tachometers do still exist, but I guess they are a bit harder to find. So yeah, anyway, that's that one for you all to enjoy. I've been sitting on this meter for ages, or this dash speedo for ages, meaning to tear it down. I realise I haven't done it, so instead of getting sick of looking at it and throwing it out, I thought I'd have a look at it, and now that I know what's in there, I kind of don't want to throw it out. You know how it is. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy this little bit of automotive history, I guess you'd call it. You don't see cars coming with them anymore. Nowadays they're just a row of LCD readouts or vacuum fluorescent displays, or the old, or the more modern analog style meter with a PWM controlled motor driving it. So I don't think many vehicles use analog speedos apart from maybe industrial machinery and certain old diesel engines which don't have a pulse or electronic pulse to drive a digital one. Mind you, there are some old mechanically injected diesels which do have a pulse generator on them to drive a sorry, not the speed, I'm thinking of tachometer. Alright, as far as these go, you might see them on older machinery and modern industrial equipment, but even tachometers, certain diesels have a pulse generator on them to drive an electronic tachometer rather than an old cable type. I do have an old cable type tachometer from a Yanmar tractor that goes with that little 3-cylinder that I own. That is just basically the same thing as that. It doesn't have the counters in it, but it's still a magnetic flywheel with a needle on it. It's just basically looks like a rescaled speedometer, and it just screws onto the back of the engine casing off the camshaft and drives off the camshaft ratio. So everything's set ratio and the scale's just set to suit it. So I hope that makes sense. Thanks for watching.